Simplifying a product involving square root using distributive property advanced. As you can see here, we've got two binomials and they're being multiplied together. So if you remember from week 3, we used arrows to distribute all of the terms as we multiplied it out. So I'm going to go ahead and use different colors to make sure that you can clearly see each item that we're multiplying. So I'm going to start here with the 4 square root of 3 times our 8 square root of 3. And to make life a little bit easier, we're going to actually kind of rewrite it. I know it might look like a long process, but we need to do this in order to see everything. So we've got 4 square root of 3 times our negative 6 square root of 10. I'm going to go put a plus sign because this is positive. So 4 square root of 3 times negative 6 square root of 10. And here we've got negative 6 square root of 10 times 8 square root of 3. And lastly, negative 6 times negative 6. So negative 6 square root of 10 times negative 6 square root of 10. Got to make sure we don't lose anything along that process. Okay, so I've rewrote them so that way we can kind of see what we're doing. It's a little bit easier this way, I think, so you don't lose anything in the process. So with the numbers in front of your radicals, remember from the previous topic, you are actually multiplying them together. So 8 times 4 is 32. Square root, and then we take 3 times 3 is 9. Okay, and we can take this a step further. So the square root of 9 is 3. And 3 times 32 is 96. Okay, so we have simplified that one all the way down. Now let's go ahead and do the next one. We've got 4 times negative 6 gets us negative 24. Square root of 30. Okay, we need to go ahead and break this down if it's possible. And so we would need a number that's a perfect square to come out of that. And of course, there isn't any. So all we're going to do is we're just going to bring this right down to be level with our 96 over here. Okay. Next, we've got negative 6 times 8, which gives us negative 48. And 10 times 3 is 30. Again, we've already established that there is no way to simplify square root of 30, so we simply just bring it down. And next we got negative 6 times negative 6 is negative 36. Square root of 100. Now we can find the square root of 100, which is 10. So 10 times negative 36 is negative 360. Okay, from this point, now we're going to combine all of our like terms. Okay, so our like terms happen to be 96 and negative 360. Oh, positive 360. I almost messed up there. So, which is 456. Okay, the next two that we're going to combine are these two, because remember the radicals are the same, so we can combine them. So we've got negative 72 square root of 30. And so this would be the answer for this particular example. There are times where you'll actually have more than just 2 terms left. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this for a brief moment so I can erase the board so we can look at another example. Okay, so we have this really cool example. This one looks a lot easier. However, it's going to give us a much longer answer. So we're going to start out, we'll start with red. So 1 times 5 gets us 5. 1 times the square root of 2 is just the square root of 2. Negative 4 square root of 6 times 5 is negative 20 square root of 6. And then negative 4 square root of 2 times square root, negative 4 square root of 6 times the square root of 2 is negative 4 square root of 12. And of course, before you finish or submit, you got to make sure that as you're doing these, is every single radical as small as I can make it? Well, we can't do anything with that 2. The 6 is already as small as it can be, but the 12 can still be reduced. Okay, because it's got the perfect square of 4 times 3. So the square root of 4, of course, is 2. We'll bring down our negative 4 here. So negative 4 times 2 is negative 8, square root of 3. And then we'll bring everything else down because nothing is similar to where we can combine them. And so this whole entire thing right here will end up being your answer.